to Attack on German, the podcast where we fake Germans talk about everyday life here in Germany. I am your co-host, Kelvin.
I'm your co-host and dermatologist, Sasha. Welcome, welcome.
So, our dermatologist, how do you see the current status of Germany?
The current status of Germany?
Yeah, you know.
It's flourishing beyond imagination.
Is it? With all the neo-Nazis, they're making it work, huh?
Yeah, they are making the work.
Speaking of neo-Nazis, I have a surprise for you. Sasha.
Oh God, no!
No, I'm kidding. There's no neo-Nazi here. But today is my turn to bring something wacky,
Ooh.
something interesting. I got something from the Asian store.
Herbal jelly with sugar and sweeteners.
But for the listeners at home, oh, yo, pass me one. Thanks. So this is a pink packaging
It's so sweet.
Jello kind of thing. And this herbal jelly is actually quite popular in China, but amongst women because they think this is good for their skin.
Okay, it's also a thing in Japan, right? This packaging, it's so typical.
This kind of Jello pack,
Yeah.
like drink packaging.
Yeah.
This is really common in China. Like a lot of
really?
drinks come in this. It's funny if you order takeaway,
Yeah.
soup comes in this.
Ooh, okay.
So it's kind of cool.
I drink a little. I want to try it.
Yeah, let's try it. Do some ASMR.
Wow, it's so sweet.
Okay.
But I like that it had some crunchy parts.
I think the crunchy part's not the herbal jelly, but it's like some kind of artificial flavoring. Okay, but the taste is very like the herbal.
Yeah, and sweet.
It's sweet. It's with sweetener, but the actual like guilin gao, which is the jelly, this is it doesn't taste that great. You always have it with sugar or syrup.
So there is a female version. Is there also for men a jelly?
You mean like for skin or just like
For being manly, you know.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of like, you know how in China we say there's this thing where we eat a lot of different animal parts.
Yeah.
And we say that whatever animal part you're eating is good for that part on your body. So if you think you're dumb, you eat a lot of brain. If your heart is bad, you eat some heart. So a thing that some men do is they drink ox penis soup. They take the penis of a cow, an ox, and they put it, they make it into a soup.
And they serve it in this jelly packages.
Not quite. I mean, you normally get it at a restaurant, so they give it to you in a bowl, but it's penis. I don't know if that's gay or not. Because the bits of the penis are in the soup. You're sucking on the penis.
And you can see that this was a penis.
Well,
or was it like a
you can tell that it's some
of
kind of protein, yeah. Because it's, ox penis is pretty long. You're not going to get the whole penis.
Fun fact, how much does the heaviest archived penis is weighing from any kind of animal? So there's a penis museum, I think, and there are some penises in a jar, archived with alcohol, so they stay, So they don't.
Okay.
And how heavy is the heaviest penis they have? What do you think?
I would say it's like a walrus, I guess. Aren't they known for like having the biggest penis?
Yeah, the weight.
I don't know, like 10 kilos.
70 kilos.
70.
70. The
Oh crap!
most heaviest penis they have in a jar is
what animal is this?
Blue whale.
I guess that makes sense. Blue whales are like they're like a few tons, right?
Yeah.
So percentage-wise, 70 kilos from, let's say, 1,000 kilos.
Yeah, maybe he had a little
7%.
Compared.
He's 7% penis. Okay, maybe they're not just 1,000 kilos. Maybe they're 2,000. All right, then 3.5% penis. That's still a lot.
It's still a lot.
Would you say you're 3.5% penis?
I never was waiting, my friend.
I don't want to weigh it. I feel like I'm going to be sad.
What? Come on.
I'll just, my conclusion will be I need to lose weight so my penis is a high percentage.
It looks bigger relation then.
Yeah. I need to game the penis index. But yeah, how would you rate the jelly out of 10?
I must say, last time's crazy wacky thing I enjoyed more, the Prime energy drink.
Oh, the Prime was good, yeah.
I really enjoyed it, and I drink now per week 1 bottle, I must say.
Serious?
Yeah, I really like it. But this one, it's wacky, it's fun, it's exactly what I was looking for, but I wouldn't buy it myself again.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the show, I would have never bought this. You know? I had to look really hard in the Asian store to find this.
Can you do me a favor, make a photo and put it on Facebook and Instagram?
Oh, yeah, true. Good point. I'll do that.
So the next segment is the game.
I think this is where you take the lead, Sasha. I'm kind of curious today.
Okay, my friend, do you remember the rules? 4 statements, only 1 statement is correct.
Okay, one is yes.
Are you ready?
All right, hit me.
And this time we have also sound effects. If you are correct, you get a sparkling sound.
Oh.
There it is. The sparkling sound.
That
and if you're wrong, you get a wet fart.
Ooh, wet fart sounds kind of relaxing, you know? Maybe I'll do it on purpose.
Why
No. I'm here to win. Come on, hit me.
Statement number 1. Britain's government issued a travel warning for football fans because the government thinks German beer is way stronger and the fans underestimating them and may endanger them. This is statement number 1.
That could be real.
Statement number 2. Germany is home to the world's largest collection of garden gnomes. You know, a garden gnome, it's this little porcelain or figure.
Yeah, little shits in the garden.
Yeah.
If you fall on them, they hurt like hell.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And in Germany, there's a largest collection of those garden gnomes, and it's based in a museum in Munich. Third one.
Mm-hmm.
Germany is known for its innovative bicycle highways. Bicycle highways, dedicated lanes that connect major cities that allow commuters to travel long distance exclusively with bike.
Okay.
And the last one. Germany is home to the world's oldest functioning Kuckuck clock. Do you know what a Kuckuck clock is?
Yeah, I know.
Maybe for our listeners, but a Kuckuck clock is basically a clock, and on every hour a little bird comes out of the clock and says Kuckuck. This is why Kuckuck's clock.
But there's some really big ones. Right?
There are also big ones, yeah.
Like the one in like the Munich. A lot of big cities have these huge cuckoo clocks.
And the oldest one, the oldest cuckoo clocks, is dates back to the 17th century and is home in Germany. So these were the first statements. I repeat quickly. The travel warning from the British government. Second, the world's biggest gnome collection. Third,
believable.
The bicycle highway.
Yeah, that one I wouldn't say so.
And fourth, the world's oldest functioning cuckoo clock is based in Germany.
So 1, 2, and 4, I would say they're both kind of believable, but I think the Brits are too proud to admit that German beer is
too strong for
them. You know, they have a very strong drinking culture, so I think they probably won't.
They have a strong drinking culture.
Yeah, and it's very. I don't enjoy it, but well, they're all kind of, they're British. Let's put it like that, you know. The garden gnomes, I do see it as well because there's just some really weird Germans with weird hobbies. I'm not surprised that there's a guy collecting garden gnomes and it's like the world's largest collection. But on the other hand, there's America. There are even weirder people out there.
Yeah.
And they do weirder shit.
Yeah, of course. But Gartenoms is something German. So
Yeah. But Cuckoo Clock is really German.
it's also really German, yeah.
You know?
I must admit, this time it's harder. Last
It's
time
hard?
it was easier, I think, to detect, but this time it's really hard.
Like, my heart says garden gnomes,
Okay.
but my logical side is saying, so there's 3 wrong and 1 right, yeah? Like 3
Correct.
fake ones.
Exactly.
If I'm using my brain, you know what's left of it, I would say it's the Cuckoo Clock. But my heart's like garden gnome.
Okay.
Man, that's so hard.
Your final answer?
I'm gonna say Cuckoo Clock.
Cuckoo Clock?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Oh man,
Ooh, okay, let's go through it.
that was relaxing though.
So the correct answer was the British government.
You serious?
I'm serious. They issued
Yeah,
a
dude.
travel warning, but it's true. So normal beer has 4.8 to 5.4% of alcohol, and the Oktoberfest Maß, it has 6% of alcohol. And
That's
it's
the catch.
1 liter of beer, you know?
Yeah, true.
And I bet a lot of foreigners, not only Britons, a lot of foreigners highly underestimate the Maß beer.
That's true. They just think it's like, oh, it's just a liter, so I'm
Exactly.
just drinking
Let's
2
hit it.
pints. But percentage-wise, they're drinking like a pint and a half, a
Yeah,
mass and a half
yeah,
of beer.
exactly. So, yeah, this was wrong. This was the right one. The next one with the largest collection of gnomes is also wrong, yeah. But funny fact, they were mass produced the first time in 1872 in Turing by 2 companies.
Oh, okay.
Bicycle highways, of course, it's wrong. Unfortunately, it's wrong. We are not
I
Netherlands.
think it's probably like the Netherlands or something.
Yeah,
You know.
we are unfortunately not Netherlands. So we have biking lines, but I mean, recently a comedian published a song. Why does the bicycle lane just stops here? It's really the case, you know. You riding on a bicycle lane in the city, and all of a sudden it's gone,
Yeah.
and you are in the middle of the street for the cars with your bicycle.
Always. I mean, for me, it's not an issue because I don't think I'm that well integrated. I'm riding on the sidewalk half the time. I'm riding half the time on the sidewalk, going the opposite direction. Because I'm a good Boy Scout. You know, in Boy Scout, they always say, if you're walking on a highway, you walk on the other side so you see the car coming towards you.
Yeah.
But I guess when you're riding a bike, that's not really good on the sidewalk. I'm
Yeah,
using that as an excuse.
I think the scary part is if it's dark, if it's rainy or foggy, and a lot of bikes, you know it yourself, they don't have lights, you know.
That's
It's-
illegal though.
It's illegal though, but it's a case, unfortunately. And then you're riding in the middle of the street because a bike lane is gone.
That's true.
It's stressing.
But I heard back in the day, like in the Netherlands, they actually had a lot of deaths, a lot of bicycle deaths. And because this is like when the cars were first introduced, or somehow, yeah, there were a lot of cars coming into the Netherlands, and during that initial phase, a lot of kids were getting killed and a lot of bikers were getting hit. So at one point the Dutch government was like, oh, we can't have this anymore. So they went for like a 180 and turned like the whole country into a bike haven, basically.
That's awesome.
So I think in Germany, if we want something to happen,
We need more dead people.
we need to start running people over with our cars. You know, that's like a form of protest. And
Okay.
then that, you know, our kids will have a better future.
For the kids.
I'm
do it
only
for
gonna
the
aim
kids.
for the old people on bikes. They don't have so much time to live anyways. You know, I'm doing everyone a favor. It's a win-win.
So the last part, which you picked, the cuckoo clock. So indeed, it dates back to the 17th century that cuckoo clocks were built, mainly in Black Forest area. The first one was 1630. And in the 18th century, it became really famous. But the wrong part was the world oldest functioning cuckoo clock, which dates to 17th century, does not exist here in Germany. There is no super old cuckoo's clock, you know,
Maybe there's one buried somewhere, you know?
like under the house, and then you start
Yeah.
renovating, and then you find it. Wow,
Like the Nazi gold in
the Bodensee.
in the Constance, or in the Schwarzwald.
So just so you know, there's a rumor that there is still Nazi gold in the Bodensee, close to Konstanz.
I said we should go for a vacation there, a scuba diving or diving vacation.
Oh, why not? Why not?
Maybe we find some cool shit.
And if we find some Nazi gold,
But we can't sell that. Nazi gold is like government property, right?
Is it? But if you find it,
that you can't just take it and say this is my gold, but what is stopping us from melting the gold
Exactly.
and just saying,
Exactly.
hey, this is passed down by my grandpa from his grandpa.
how dare you?
Yeah, he smuggled it to Germany through, shoving it up his butt. But yeah, British people, I guess. I think it makes sense. They love drinking, so there are a lot of Brits coming to Oktoberfest.
I remember one time we were in a bar, and it was kind of a nation against nation, and we had this beer supplier. This beer, how's it called? Beer draft.
Like tap
Beer tap, yeah, exactly. We had, each table had his own beer tap,
Oh,
and then it was counting how much liter a table was consuming so far. And our table, the German table, sorry guys, was leading. And then the Brits came. They looked at the board and say, "Oh, this we can easily catch up to." And they won. They fucking won. Like there's no tomorrow. They drank.
so I guess if you're really into beer or drinking, maybe England is more your place.
Yeah, they can drink like a.
Yeah, Germany is the land of beer, but England is the land of alcoholics. Yeah. Okay, I think that was a hard but interesting question.
Yeah, next time I do
Yeah.
some easier parts. Yeah.
With that, I guess we go to the topic of the day.
Topic of the
Do
day.
you know what we're talking about today, Sasha?
Unveil it.
It is transportation.
Whoa.
Sounds boring, but you know how boring it is in Germany.
I must say, this is one of the topics I look most forward to.
Well, you're more German than me, but I think we definitely have some interesting stories. Maybe to start, what is your favorite transport? You know, your favorite mode of transport?
And everything is included, right? Plane,
Anything.
train.
What is your go-to transport?
It's certainly the car.
Yeah?
Certainly it is a car.
Man, I'm definitely not. As in, we both have cars,
Yeah.
but I drive my car very rarely. Like,
So for you, it's a bus, a train?
probably skateboard. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you go, I don't know, a city tour, you cannot go
You
from
mean
one city to
into
another.
our city?
Let's say you go to Frankfurt, you need
I
your
mean,
car.
if it's far away, but like every day, unless I leave my city, my town, I'm either on my skateboard or on my bike. So,
Yeah,
and
okay.
I don't leave my town so much.
And you have a really good bike. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
So basically, this 20 minutes ride from your place to my place, you would have taken your bike, or
every time, I'm definitely not driving.
oh no, I feel bad. I was driving.
Yeah, I mean, we have friends that are super into cars. Like, remember, we have that one friend that's always immer am Limit.
Ah, yeah.
He's a big he drives an Audi, right? He's a big Audi driver.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's like a bad rapport for Audi drivers, right? Have you heard of this?
No.
It's like the asshole on the road, the Audi driver's the one that's like, I think it's not just Audi, but it's Audi, BMW, and Mercedes. But I think with Audi drivers, it's like the young guys with a little bit of money and think they're hot shit. So they're driving.
Oh,
on
that
like,
fits actually to him.
maybe. But it's like they're driving always on the far left side of the autobahn, and then if you're driving a little bit too slow on the left side, they'll just go right up to your tail and like switch on the left blinker, kind of to force you out of the road,
Yeah.
out of the highway.
I hate it. And the thing is, everywhere else in European Union there is a speed limit, where this is not happening. 130, except here in Germany. And when our Minister of Traffic was asked, hey, what about speed limit? It's also good for nature. He was saying, we can't introduce a speed limit. We don't have enough signs.
We don't have enough metal to make signs.
Exactly. To
we need to save the environment. Let's just not have speed limits.
Jesus, seriously.
Hey, but
not enough
honestly,
signs.
I don't mind not having the speed limit. As in, I don't think there are any other countries. Like, I have never been to another country where I could drive 200 kilometers an hour on the highway.
I don't need it.
And I do that regularly.
Really?
Okay, maybe not 200, but like 180. Yeah. On my shitty Skoda. And I was in your car like 2 days ago. You were driving kind of fast.
No, it's because it's shit car. Yet you perceived it as being fast, but I was
You
actually
were
just
driving on
150.
150?
Yeah, it was 150.
Only?
Yeah.
Okay. The other guys were driving really slow then. Because we were on the very left side.
Yeah.
Oh. All right. Well, either get a fast car and drive really fast, or get a shitty car and still feel fast.
And the super rich oil scheiß, from Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
They come here with their Ferrari because they use our highways to test the
Test
speed
drive
limit
there.
out.
And they come with a container filled with their luxury cars. And yeah, there's no limit to the rich Saudis, rich oil nation people. All right. What is your second favorite?
My second favorite, I must say, I don't have a second favorite. I can just say I have a least favorite.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Least favorite sounds good.
So for me, my least favorite is certainly Deutsche Bahn.
Deutsche Bahn.
Yeah, Deutsche Bahn.
Yeah, I think that's an easy one. Yeah,
It's
I think everyone
so
kinda hates
easy
them.
to talk bad about them because they are really bad.
I can definitely give you some horror stories.
Please do hit me with one.
So, I think this is like 3-4 years ago. It was during the summer, and it was during like a very hot part of the summer. And this is when Germany first started getting these heat waves,
Yeah.
like almost 40-degree heat, right?
Yeah,
And
and then they remain for even 2 months or 1 month at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was right in like the heat, like the super hottest part of summer. We were taking a train from, I think, Frankfurt back to Heidelberg.
Yeah.
And the train track had some like emergency repairs. So the train stopped,
Yeah.
and it was one of those old RE.
I wanted to ask, did they had AC? But if it's an old
Yeah, it's
one,
one of those old RE trains.
so no AC, right?
So like in Germany, for those you don't know, there's like the new fancy bullet trains. They're called the ICEs or ICE. And then you have these like regional Bahn, which is the RBs, and which is a little older. And then there's what is the other one? The IC?
I see, yeah.
Without the E, right?
Yeah. It's not the express, it's just intercontinental.
But okay, that's what it means. But the ICs are also the shitty ones.
They're also shitty, yeah.
I think I took an IC or an RB. It didn't have air conditioning.
Yeah.
And we were stuck
no
in
Wi-Fi.
the train because the doors wouldn't open. Everyone was just kind of stuck there, and it was sunny, super hot. Like the whole place felt like an oven, right? If there were Jewish people in that train, they start thinking twice. But
let's not go there.
let's not go there. But yeah, it was super hot, and the DB guys were kind of, they were apologizing. They couldn't do anything, but they gave us water.
Yeah.
They handed out water, which was nice.
Yeah.
but it was like hot water because it was boiling in the sun.
Wow.
It was just not a fun time. I was on the train shirtless. Like a lot of guys just took off their shirts, you know, and I was in shorts, so that was kind of nice.
But I must say the employees at Deutsche Bahn, it's really the company and the trains and the infrastructure, but the employees, they're really sweet. Also they are really helpful and try their best regarding the circumstances.
Some of them, yeah.
Some of them.
Yeah.
Okay, there are always some rotten eggs.
That's true. Are they public servants? Are they Beamte?
No, they're not. They were in the past.
Yeah.
And in the past, actually, Deutsche Bahn was pretty good.
Yeah, I heard it was very
on
punctual.
time. Maybe you can even compare to Japanese punctuality. But it started kind of when Deutsche Bahn was
privatized.
Privatized, exactly. And it had to look at the profit for the shareholders, you know, and of course then you cost cutting and
it's capitalism, man.
Why should you also invest in long-term things like the infrastructure if you want to achieve on short-term a high profit? You don't do this. That's the problem.
True. I think, yeah, I'm definitely a big supporter of these like very crucial, you know, infrastructure things being still publicly owned.
Yeah.
And not like private. Yeah. Because with the public interest, it's always for the people.
Yep.
And when it's private, you know, you don't know what's going on.
Yep.
Yeah.
In the past year, so not 2023, but 2022, fun fact, 65%, only 65% of long distance trains were on time. It's the worst number they ever had in their punctuality.
But they also give a pretty wide, when you say on time,
7 minutes delay.
That's
still on time.
Okay, yeah, I guess. For long distance trains, 7 minutes is okay. But I was on Chinese trains.
Yeah.
Yeah, delays are not that common.
Oh, Japanese, right? In Japanese,
Japan is even more like on time.
I read a newspaper article. The guy apologized because the train left the train station 1 minute too late.
Wow.
And then he apologized.
Germany, people were like clapping. Like,
1 minute delay.
Like,
wow.
1 minute. we're so on time today. I think, yeah, the joke is the Deutsche Bahn is reliably unreliable, you know?
Yep.
When I was taking the train to work, I would always leave a little later than I should and count on the fact that Deutsche Bahn will be late.
And it's working.
And most of the time, I got on my train.
Same here. I know my train leaves at 8:20 and I arrived at 8:25 or something and it was not there yet.
Oh my god. And we're not riding a very long distance. I mean, no. It's like 20 minutes to work. So, yeah, I think. Well, what about you? Do you have any?
One thing is still in my mind regarding train, especially for someone who never was in Germany. Don't get shocked when you see the train stations, especially Frankfurt's train station.
The Frankfurt train station's awful.
It's so often in documentations like being the hotspot for drugs, being the hotspot for homeless, for pickpocketing. Also Hamburg train station, by the way.
You know what? I didn't know this when I first came here. And I learned it, I guess, the hard way, or I had a crash course.
Yeah.
Because I went to Frankfurt to see one of my high school friends, and we had it was his birthday. We went out drinking. There was, party. And he assured me during the parties that there are trains coming back to Heidelberg every hour. He said, don't worry, it's all night. I was like, okay, yeah, that sounds great.
Already see how it goes. Okay.
Yeah, and then at like 3 a.m, I show up at the train station. I'm like looking at the next train. Oh, the next train to Heidelberg is at like 6. So I had like 3 hours to kill. I didn't want to sleep. I wasn't that tired. I was a little drunk. So I was like, okay, I'm new to Frankfurt. Let's go out, have a little look, a peek of what the Frankfurt nightlife is like outside of the train station. And it was this crazy red light district. you know?
Hmm.
And yeah, it was not the best. Like, so,
But it was also not bad. It was the
yeah,
second best.
it was an eye-opening experience. So I was walking down like the street parallel to the one right outside the train station, and there was a guy like in between two cars with his pants down, and he had some kind of syringe. You know, he was shooting up, I guess, heroin or something. And he looked at me. I looked at him, and he just kept going. I guess he thought, I was he was like, oh, he's not the police. So he doesn't give a fuck. So he starts doing it. And then I walk a bit more, and then there are these strip clubs, and these girls come out, and they see like a Chinese guy. They're like, oh, a Chinese guy has money. So she's like grabbing me into the strip club. I go into the strip club.
You went into the strip club?
I think it's like a strip club, right? No one's naked. So I go in, I'm like, I told her I have no money, I said it a few times, and then in the end, she was like, okay. She let me go. Because I kept saying, I don't have money. Like, you want to give me a freebie, like a peek? Okay, but I have no money. And then she was like, oh, this guy. All right. So
but the street is one of a kind,
It's
even worse once visiting.
Yeah, maybe it's like a good tourist attraction. Yeah.
So just so you have an image in your mind, the street kind of looks like this döner place, a gaming place where you can.
It's a gambling place.
Gambling place, exactly. Yeah. Bordel, drug addict, and then again döner place.
Yeah.
Gambling place, bordel, and then again, and this is the whole street.
But the crazy thing is, maybe one street after that is like the super posh financial street.
Exactly.
Like you have these nice glass buildings.
Yeah.
And then right next to it, these dudes shitting on the street and shooting up. It's just...
And this is not a joke. The dudes, they shit on the street. So if you get out of Frankfurt train station and walk out a little bit and you see a pile of shit, is most probably from someone who is a drug addict and who...
Yeah.
Put his business there.
I would say you go if you're curious, but be careful. Go during the day where there's not too much. At night it's even crazier. But you definitely see a lot during the day. So, yeah.
You asked me about my second favorite transportation, right? I must say, also for me, it's a bike.
Oh yeah, I love my bike, especially in small towns.
Yeah.
Or in Heidelberg, parking is such a bitch.
Yeah, that's true.
But is that the case in most? I feel like that's the case in most, like, medium to large cities.
Is it in Shanghai also kind of a problem with parking?
Oh, yeah. Parking in Shanghai is just unbelievably hard, I would say. Okay, maybe that's not 100%. There are a lot of parking lots in Shanghai, but there are also a lot of cars. So you definitely need to think about parking. Everywhere you go, you need to find parking. Yeah, there are parking lots in most shopping malls. I would say there are more spaces to park in Shanghai than in Heidelberg.
Wow.
But Heidelberg is tiny.
Yeah.
You have this huge Altstadt, and there are maybe like 200 parking spaces or 300.
You remembered I first lived in Altstadt, right? You remember?
Yeah.
You remember how... do you know how much I paid for my parking spot? Because I didn't want to look for one.
No.
I paid $80
per month
for a parking spot.
Oof.
And this was cheap. Nowadays it's 120 or even more per month.
I would say that's for Heidelberg. But this is a problem in many cities. I heard in Hong Kong it's the same. Yeah. And it's so crazy that people actually buy parking spots.
As an investment?
Yes.
Wow.
That's fucking crazy.
Ooh.
Maybe we should do that in Heidelberg.
I'm just thinking, right?
Buy all the parking spots and then jack up the price. 200 euros.
They cost everywhere 200. Just look around.
Yeah.
But you own everywhere.
You don't know that.
You know that.
Yeah, but bike is super nice. I think with an e-bike, so if you're not very sporty and you're like, I'm not good at riding bikes, I don't want to ride a bike, just get an e-bike. It's old people can do it, you know?
You would confirm. So now, especially for Heidelberg, bike tops certainly bus.
Yeah. Bike is better than skateboard too. Because the roads are so shit
Yeah.
for skating. These cobblestone, you know. Yeah.
I must say, sometimes you are, I don't know, like 40 minutes by feet, which would take by bike 20 to 50 minutes.
10 minutes.
10 minutes even. And
Probably.
by bus, it also would take 10 minutes. But the bus times, they're so random.
And it also depends on where you're going,
Yeah,
right? The buses have limited routes.
exactly.
So
They have limited routes and they don't drive until a certain time anymore. And sometimes they just don't come. Sometimes they just don't
that's
come.
true. Even you think they're like, they're German, they stick to a schedule. Sometimes when the time comes, they just don't show up, and you wait another 20 minutes for the next bus.
You know those billboards, those electric billboards where you see, okay, the bus is 5 minutes late, 10 minutes late, or where it's even written, okay, this bus will not come anymore. We have them at some places in Heidelberg,
Yeah.
but in many bus stops we don't have them. And I had once a situation, okay, I saw, okay, for the rest of the day no bus is coming anymore because of a demonstration of the bus driver. And I did not know this. I was informed via this billboard. I thought, okay, shit, now I need to walk. And I walked until I arrived the next bus stop. And then there was this Chinese girl. And she was waiting patiently for a bus because there was no billboard. She did not know shit that the bus is not coming. She could have waited there the whole day if I wouldn't have told her. Hey, no bus today, I'm sorry.
You did her a favor. Was she at least cute?
And this is my number, by the way.
I feel like if she wasn't cute, you might have not told her anything.
If it would be a big fat guy with an "I will kill you" on his forehead.
I wouldn't say anything to that guy.
Hey, my friend. What?
Yeah, or like
You're looking good today.
or some Karen-looking lady, like those. I don't know, those like middle-aged German ladies.
Well, to be fair, I would have told this to everybody.
Oh, okay.
Not
You're a
just,
nice guy.
Not to pick someone up, really, just to inform the person, hey, today nothing is coming.
I think maybe I've been in Germany long enough. I have the sense of social responsibility, you know? Like a good German does, you know? I see people crossing the red light, I curse at them. Or maybe secretly, I'm like, this idiot.
Why is he doing this?
But I also cross the red light myself. You know? For me, it's okay. But the other guy doing it, that's bad.
Right, Germany is the only country where you really stop in front of the red light, even no cars or bikes or pedestrians are coming, but you stop there until it's green. You don't cross this traffic light.
I see it. I think it's in the DNA or something, because when we used to come back from like from drinking at night, 3 a.m,
Yeah.
and at the McDonald's there's a red light, there's this this traffic light to cross the street, right, to the Rewe.
Yeah.
There are people that are standing at that red light waiting at 3 a.m. when there are no cars, and they're drunk too. So
we can't do this.
No, I think it's automatic. They're not even thinking. They're like, oh, I see a red light. Okay, I must wait. You know? That's like the German in them.
So my wife is Turkish, and she was here once with her father. And then they were also waiting in front of the red light, even though there was no car. And you also know the periods are long. You know, it's really takes time until it switches to green.
And sometimes you have to press the button,
and even
or else it will never turn green.
And after 1 minute, he was looking to everybody that I can't do this anymore. Yeah, I will not cross off. No, don't.
Don't do it.
He crossed.
You're gonna be another stereotype, the bad foreigner that comes and jaywalks.
No patience.
Honestly, yeah, no. I think if you're not an idiot and you're crossing the street looking both ways, I don't care. I think it's fine. I don't get why these old Germans yell at you.
Hmm.
I've definitely had old Germans yell at me, but maybe more in the beginning when I first came. I think the pandemic has kind of changed people.
And what, Richard?
Just they're less like anal. I don't know. Maybe they see life a bit more clearly now. They're like, well, we could have died. The whole world could have ended. Let's maybe chill on the red light topic.
Let's give the people something back.
Yeah. It's either that or because of the pandemic, I haven't left the house, so I don't really know what's going on. Could be that too.
Yeah, certainly. Car and bike. These are the go for options. And the bigger the city, the more I would recommend.
I think in big cities.
Yeah, or maybe the metro. In really big cities, the metro is a go for option.
But again, like the metro compared to China, yeah, the metro would be nice, sure. It's definitely good. But compared to China, it's still, in China, you don't think about when the metro is coming or when the buses are coming.
Because they're coming frequently every 5 minutes.
There's one like every 3 minutes or something, And then, yeah, I think the metro is nice. But if you're in a big city, I'd say get a moped,
A moped?
Like an e-scooter.
Yeah.
Not the e-scooter, but like a motorized bike.
Yeah, I know what
not
you
a
mean.
motorbike, a moped. The ones where you sit up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's nice.
I think Heidelberg is too little for this, but yeah, you're right. In Hanover, Hamburg.
Yeah.
It's actually a really good idea.
On that note, do we have any last words?
Yeah, so I was wondering, maybe you guys, if you are continuously listening now, we ask you nicely always to post your questions, and just please post your questions.
Tell us some of your stories. If you live in Germany,
Share the stories.
Some of your experiences.
And some recommendations what we can use for our wacky product exchange. Also,
if you have some cool ideas, definitely write us on Attack on German Pod on Instagram or attackongerman@gmail.com if you're old and use email. So, yeah.
I use emails, damn it.
I use email because I have to do it for work, but for the most part, I'm young and hip. Okay, I don't use TikTok, but Instagram. Yeah. All right, with that, I will bid you adieu and stay German, guys.
Stay German, guys. See you. Bye.